We're looking at a massive shift in the local AI scene for the first half of 2026. The days of simple chatbots, yeah, those are completely behind us. We've officially entered the era of agentic workflows and the Model Context Protocol. In this explainer, we're breaking down the top 10 projects defining the local LLM landscape right now. We're focusing purely on autonomy, hardware optimization, and letting you build incredibly complex systems right there on your desk. Let's get straight into the countdown.
Coming in at number 1, we've got a familiar name that has aggressively maintained its dominance.
Okay, let's dive into this. Ollama remains the undisputed gold standard for CLI-based local inference. But, it's not just sitting on its laurels. Version 0.21.x rolled out native support for true heavyweight models, like Kimi Code 2.6 and DeepSeek v3.2. These aren't just your standard incremental updates. These specific models are hyper-optimized for agentic tasks, which makes Ollama the absolute foundation for local agentic workflows. Basically, it's the engine powering the complex autonomous behaviors we're going to look at next.
Transitioning rapidly to number 2, we have the project tackling the biggest hurdle in local AI, LM Studio.
So LM Studio has integrated the Advanced Model Context Protocol, or MCP. This is a secure integration that allows your completely local, offline models to reach out and read your local Obsidian notes, scan your private GitHub repositories, or even trigger browser-based agents like Firecrawl. Now, why does this matter? Total data privacy. You get cloud-level integration capabilities without a single byte of your proprietary data ever leaving your local machine. It's a real game changer.
Moving quickly along to number 3, we're looking at a massive trending workflow that is fundamentally shifting how developers write software, the Claude Code CLI with local override.
For the longest time, the absolute best coding agents required a really pricey cloud subscription. But right now, developers are taking the highly capable Claude Code CLI and intentionally pointing it away from the cloud. They're overriding it to target local endpoints hosted by LM Studio or Ollama. By plugging in local models like Gemma 4e2b or DeepSeek v4 Pro, you get this premium, highly capable agentic coding experience entirely subscription-free. It's the world-class interface you want, completely powered by your own hardware. Now, shifting gears from foundational tools to emerging agentic projects, we land at number 4, OpenClaw and Hermes. We really need to stop thinking about AI as just static software sitting there waiting for a prompt. OpenClaw and Hermes are designed to be persistent background agents, running 24/7. Whether you need an agent for real-time system monitoring, automated incident response when a server suddenly goes down, or even continuous automated content curation, these projects are essentially your new go-to digital employees. Except, well, they don't need coffee breaks and they don't sleep. They are working constantly right on your local hardware. Let's see how this evolves into even more complex automation with our number 5 project, the Kimi Code CLI. The Kimi Code CLI is purpose-built to orchestrate the Kimi 2.6 model. But it doesn't just write a single function. It's trending specifically for long-horizon coding tasks. And this brilliantly illustrates how this project can autonomously build entire complex websites or dense backend architectures from scratch. The system can spin up and manage hundreds of specialized subagents at the exact same time. You literally just give it a high-level prompt and it architects the whole shebang autonomously. But what happens when you want to take these local models and actually deploy them for an entire team? That brings us to number 6, BentoML and BentoCloud's local stack. This right here is the exact transition from a fun hobbyist setup to a production-grade deployment. BentoML is absolutely exploding in popularity because it elevates standard local deployments into enterprise-grade API services. So it lets you take powerful models like MIMO v2.5 or GLM 5.1, wrap them up, and serve them reliably across a network. Plus, it gives you serious enterprise-level performance tracking. It essentially turns your local workstation into a robust, trackable, completely private AI server. Pivoting now into specialized and niche trends, we hit number 7, GraphRAG knowledge engines. We are finally moving way beyond standard vector search here. GraphRAG builds true private relational memory. By implementing complex knowledge graphs locally, your AI can literally remember the deep, intricate relationships across thousands of massive private datasets. Think about connecting the dots between scattered PDFs, sprawling codebases, and meeting notes. It actually gives your local model an almost human-like contextual memory of your entire digital life. Which leads us perfectly into number 8, grounded Q&A, specifically leveraging the NVIDIA Nemotron 3 Nano. When you're dealing with crucial, sensitive data, hallucination is just unacceptable, period. By combining the Nemotron 3 Nano model with tools like Ollama, developers are building highly restricted systems forced to strictly cite their local sources. If it isn't in your documents, the AI literally won't say it. You're essentially creating a zero hallucination sandbox. This builds ultimate trust and accuracy in your local AI outputs, which makes it the absolute perfect local solution for technical or medical documentation. For number 9, we're moving from text straight into the physical world with multimodal agents powered by heavy hitters like DeepSeek V4. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the image-to-action workflow. We aren't just generating pretty pictures anymore. You can upload a flat 2D architectural floor plan, and the multimodal agent analyzes that spatial data locally, understands the complex geometry, and then autonomously acts on it to generate a fully realized 3D CAD file or a structured UI design. Seeing flat images bridge directly into usable engineering assets right on your own machine, it is honestly incredible. Finally, we arrive at project number 10. And this is really the hardware climax that makes all of this possible, the MLX Examples project and the modern workstation. Because let's face it, none of these massive local agents work without the right silicon. For Apple users, the MLX Examples project is aggressively pushing the limits of Apple Silicon's MLX optimizations. Since Apple uses unified memory, developers are finding incredible new ways to squeeze massive, high VRAM models right onto local desks. We're talking about efficiently running models that, literally just a year ago, required racks of dedicated, incredibly expensive GPUs. For PC users, the target is squarely on Gen 5 SSD workstations. With the newest models boasting 1 million plus token context windows, the pressure on your machine's KV cache during long-form reasoning is just immense. If your storage is slow, your AI is going to crash or bottleneck. So the crucial point is that Gen 5 SSDs are now an absolute necessity to feed these massive data streams into your models without them choking. Your personal workstation has fully evolved into an autonomous intelligence hub. The tools are here, they're entirely local, and they're completely private. So the only question left is, with a machine this capable, what will your local AI build while you sleep?